So today is going to be a really big day for Nerdsoft. We are going to be releasing our first piece of software. It is Reverb. It is an audio tool. We didn't quite get it as finished as I would have liked, but it needs to go out next month. One way or another, it needs to release in October of 1981. I don't really have a choice in this. We have a publisher that is expecting it to go out today, as we can see up here. And so it's going to go out today. We have managed to fix 80 something bugs. We can probably get that up to, 100 before we push it out the door, which I think is fair enough. And that's what we're going to do. Is it any good though? That's the real question. Apparently it is. Okay. So I knocked it out of the park, which is, oh, but the publisher completely failed me on this one. Oh no. Okay. It's a day one patch waiting to happen. That's accurate. Yeah. Basically garbage, but my brilliance shines through. Oh, that's brutal. Oh, that's horrible. Oh no. Oh, that's only mediocre. It is visionary though, which is great. Can I port it to anything? Are there any other operating systems? There's this one. It should go to int 2 for sure. 193,000 active users is pretty good. We should update this, right? We definitely, oh my God, it's so outdated already. Yeah, bring that up to date. 2D editor, we'll use image canvas 4. That seems fine. Let's get this thing updated as quickly as we can. Do I care more about the port or the update though is the question. I think I care more about the update. So we'll try and get the update done as quickly as we can. It might be a today thing if we can get Bella to work on it. Not 100% sure that, oh, it might be. Bella might actually be able to pull this off, which would be kind of amazing to get this day one patch out on day one. I don't think it's going to happen though, unfortunately. Very, very close to happening, but we have $39,300. What are we going to have? 187,000. It made money. It has 10,000 active users. Oh my God. I wasn't expecting that. Okay. I'm feeling a little bit better. We have got some bugs coming in, which is a bit concerning. We'll hopefully get those fixed in the update here. We're managing to deal with most of the tickets coming in as well. I think what we'll do is once we get this bug sorted here, another one keeps coming in every time. Can I get this update out, please? I'd really like to, you know what, just send it out. Send the update out. There are going to be bugs that we have to fix in another update, but for now, let's just get it out the door. And that's hopefully going to make people a little bit happier. The port is going to take some time, which is all right. $187,000 is pretty good, man. I'm very happy about that. We could move into another studio, another office, but I think I'm going to hold off a little bit and see how we do. 297,000. We've just got another 5,000 active users. That's pretty solid. that's pretty good. Is what that is. That is not bad at all. They're also doing a pretty good job with the support tickets, which is nice. Oh, that makes me happy. That makes me really, really happy. That makes me so happy. So let's see here. We could trade the IP to Norkshop. 100% of the trade income will go to me. Oh, I forgot about that. So hold on a minute. What does that mean? What would that mean? Because I own the company. No, we're not doing that. Definitely not doing that. Let's get another, you know what? Let's have Bella work on the, we'll have both of them. We'll have both of them work on the update. It is just bug fixes, which they should be able to get through pretty quickly. At least I hope they can get through pretty quickly. Oh, she's got a little Santa hat. Oh my God. I didn't know they did that. That's amazing. That's so good. Oh, I love it. I love seeing where this game has come to over the years, man. I really do. It makes me so happy that, because I've been following this game for years and years. Oh, wow. We have 58,650 due in taxes and 3 months to file a report, or I will pay 32,000. Oh no. I don't have an accounting team. Oh boy. Uh-oh. Well, that might be a problem. I don't think we're very, I don't think we don't have anyone that can do accounting. I should have probably thought about this. Oh boy. Yeah, that's a bit rough. I don't, yeah, no, I don't have any accountants. I'm gonna have to get one. I might actually have to move out of this building, unfortunately. That might genuinely be a thing we have to do, because I don't think we, you know what, make that porting a lower task. Let's get let's actually just send the update out now, and we'll continue with the porting. We're starting to lose active users, which has me a little bit concerned. We didn't make as much money last month, which is also concerning. But yeah, we're holding active users a little bit now, but we could definitely be doing better. I think this port will help us out. Of course, something new would come out here. All right, let's get that into the mix as well. We're gonna have 2 new systems that Reverb is gonna be going to. Oh, do I hire? I don't think there's any sense in hiring more employees. Well, I could hire 1. I could definitely hire 1, because I could put them to work in my office at night, so we can have 1 more person on the team. That might actually be a really good idea. Getting an accountant in here might be necessary, because we're gonna be in trouble. That's not good. Reverb is also falling off a fair bit, and we need to call some staff. So let's call cleaning, call IT support. Let's get some things looked at. Let's get some things cleaned up a little bit here as well, just so the computers will run that little bit better. A lot of bugs though. You know, I think we probably do need to hire an employee. I think we do. I think we need to get someone in here that can do, I honestly don't know. I really don't know. We need an accountant. That's gonna be for sure. Service would be nice. The core team's doing okay. You know, like they have some pretty good stats across the board. So if we can just get someone that's really good to go to core team 2, that might just be sort of what we're looking for. We'll go for a secondary role in service. We'll go for, I don't know, specialization, I guess, is what we're going to go for. And I suppose we'll go for audio, I guess, is what we'll go for. And filter by compatibility with core team 2. So low salary, that's fair enough. Let's begin looking. And you have good compatibility. Dictate. That's such a good name. Absolutely. Absolutely, you're hired. Just, that's amazing. Absolutely. Sorry, I said that and then okay, it's not even anything filthy. It's not like Richard Tate is that's amazing. This game just randomly generates names, and that's the first one. That is the first employee. It's amazing. That is actually amazing. I love it. Oh, I love that so much. Okay. Yeah, buddy, come on in. I'm so happy right now. I'm so happy. Let me give that to Bella. Let me give that to Bob. And that should be fine. So Bella sits there, Bob sits there, which means that I need to unassign, or can I assign it to 2 employees? I really don't know. Can I? I don't think I can. We'll just unassign that, which should be all right. It should mean that, yeah, they go to their respective desks, which is great. Oh, that's amazing. I am so happy right now. I'm genuinely so happy right now. I'm having so much fun. You hate working nights, really? Did I hire someone that doesn't like working nights? He's also starving. That's fair enough. I was fined a lot of money for not filing a tax report. And he's also, yeah, he's going to be hungry. Okay, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let me get a vending machine so that Mr. Tate can get himself a snack. So I'll put that right there, and that'll hopefully keep him a little bit happier. Now, that does mean that we've just lost some money, which is not exactly ideal. But unfortunately, we're just gonna have to deal with the fact that we lost money. We can also bring this thing up to date a little bit, so we'll go ahead and start working on that. A lot of bugs to get through. We'll make that a lower priority than the port, because I think the port has the chance to get us some more money. And I think that's gonna be really important to actually get a bit more money coming in here. I think we're still, aside from, you know, losing money with the fine, we are still making money, which is great. I would just like to make a little bit more, you know, that's kind of where I'm at right now, is making a little bit more money. So the port, I think, is going to be the way to do that. Once Reverb is available on some other operating systems, which it's so close to being, it's done. There we go. The port's good. Let's go ahead and make the update the new priority. And let me have a look and see. So Reverb, 8,600 active users. If we look at your details, you now have a potential consumer reach. If I can find that number, consumer reach is now 2.1 million. So just about double what it was when it went out, which is fantastic news. So we might have an extra million consumers that can now get their hands on Reverb. And that's what we want. That's what we're looking for. If we go and have a look at all software, sort by release. So we're having a look at the console Synergy Epoch 2, I think. Yeah, December 81. If I look at the details of this, does it currently have an audio tool? It does have, oh, no, it does have this. It has Rhythmic Forge, which is on the system already. Interesting. Are we doing okay? 290,000? I don't think we made, yeah, we'd still lost active users. That's really unfortunate. Okay, so the port was for nothing, is what we've learned. The port was for absolutely nothing. Interesting. Okay. We don't have as much money as I thought we did. We made good money, don't get me wrong. $290,000 is fantastic, but yeah, that's nowhere near as much as I was hoping we would have. I was kind of hoping Reverb would continue to find a good amount of success, but alas, that has not been the case. So maybe this update will help. We're still making money. We're still doing 13,000 a month, but that's really not as much as I think we need to be making. Although I mean, we're still getting, you know, a lot of bug reports coming in. I think an update to Reverb with 500 plus fixed bugs seems huge. I mean, it's really bad that those were in the software to begin with, don't get me wrong, but yeah, getting those all fixed, I think that should hopefully maybe bring some people back. That's kind of, you know, I don't know if that's a mindset people will have in 1982 necessarily, but my hope is that, you know, they would realize there's been a major update and be like, oh, it's fixed. The problems I had with it are fixed. I'm going to go back to it. It's good now. That's kind of how we look at video games these days, because everyone just, you know, throws a bunch of crap into early access and just waits for the player base who paid to be there to, you know, report the bugs and test it for them, because game developers don't want to do their job properly. Anyway, we're not that company. Nerdersoft wouldn't dare. We wouldn't even dream of doing that to our beloved customers. Yeah. Anyway, we're making money. We're almost done with this update, which is fantastic news. If we could get that out today, it's been almost a year since Reverb went out the door, so it would be really nice to get a sort of, you know, 1 year major update out there for Reverb. And I guess we should look at a sequel. I'm kind of thinking we look at a sequel, or we do that other thing that I mentioned, because as we saw with all software and sorting by profits, video games are pretty profitable. They are up there. We have Armycraft, Earth Horizon, Housetown 2, Disc Ultra 2, Toy Sim Simulator, Housetown, the original, the most profitable game of all time. It's Epic Night Beans. I gotta make a game that's better than that. I gotta. The top game of all time cannot be called Epic Night Beans. That cannot be a thing. That cannot be a thing. Why are these lights flickering? That's actually really, do they need maintenance? They might need maintenance. Let me like not look at that because it's really annoying and call maintenance. And it's because the lights needed maintenance. Okay, that's, there might be a better way to display the lights failing than having them flash rapidly. I don't know how I feel about that. Anyway, it is now a year since Reverb came out. I think we have a decision to make, which is, do we make a sequel to Reverb or do we make a video game? I want to make a video game, to be honest. I kind of do. I'm also curious, can I trade? They will give me that IP for $400,000. That's really interesting. Okay. All right. Can I have a look at this? Does it have any sequels? The product has run out of potential customers. Interesting. So if I did purchase it, I could, when was it last making money? It was making money for a good while. Does it have, so let's look at the franchise. There wasn't ever a sequel. It was a one and done. I wasn't expecting that. Who's the lead designer on that? It was Dina Berry. Okay. Very, very interesting. All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. I think we make a video game. I think it's time. So let's have a little bit of a look here. Zombie Redemption. I kind of like the name Zombie Redemption. I don't know about it as an RPG though. Probably more of a adventure game or something. Legend of Rune Gangs, Goat Enigma. Okay. All right. Star Clans. Star Clans is pretty good. That feels right for 1982. That would totally be an RTS though. The Kingdom Citadel. I would flip that. Citadel Kingdom. Ooh. Citadel Kingdom I mean, it doesn't mean anything, but that has a good vibe to it for like an adventure game or an RPG. Supreme City Common. No. Galactic Soldier World. Galactic Soldier feels very 1982 as well. Alliance Sentinel, War Legion, Strategic Conquer. Oh man. Valor Front. I don't hate that. War, for some reason I'm thinking Warfront though. Like Warfront. I kind of like that. We're gonna cut that and just see Empire World, Galactic Sword Front, Tank Sentinel, Space Command. I do like Space Command as an RTS, and I think we're gonna go with that because again, it feels very 1982. So yeah, we're gonna make an RTS called Space Command. Lead designer is gonna be not either of those two. It is gonna be Bella that leads up this particular task because she specializes in video games. So for an RTS, it is not going to have customizable characters. It is not going to have any of this really. Ooh, what do you want? You want an increased salary? Sure, we can do that. All right. Post-processing, we'll give it an advanced HUD. That seems like a good idea. We'll do adaptive music. That seems like a good idea. We're not going to do 3D graphics. We're not going to do multiplayer. And we need more than just a HUD and adaptive music. So you know what? We'll do customizable characters. You can change the color of your faction that you're playing or something like that. Mod support seems like a good idea. Although expansion pack targeting, you know what? We'll take that out because I do want to release some expansions. Physics, don't really care for. Dialogue trees, don't really care for. Branching story, don't really care for. Post-processing, don't really care for. We'll do recorded dialogue. That seems like a good idea. We can have, you know, the soldiers and aliens or whatever scream and yell as they get blown up and blow things up. And I think I'm okay with that. 98% expected interest, none wasted. It is 77. It is not going to be that. It's going to be 69.99 because of course it is. And that seems good. I'm sort of okay with that. We also want to just do this in the advanced way. We're going to be using an existing framework. And we want the most recent release, which is the Codeness. That's a great name. That is a great name. And it actually features some of the stuff that we're using already. So that will speed up development, which is fantastic news. 94% expected interest is not as good as I would have liked, but that's okay. The tech levels are a little bit behind as well. But again, I think I can work with that. Space Command is going to be, you know, we're entering the world of video games. That's where we're at with this. So Space Command is going to be built on the Codeness. It is going to be using ideally something more recent, such, I mean, this is great. This is good and visionary. Although I guess it's only the quality that really matters. I do want something more recent though, simply because it will have better tech levels. So we're using 2D graphic tech level 1976 in here. If I use this one, I can go higher, but unfortunately the framework that we're using doesn't support a higher tech level. So I think we will take that out. It is going to mean that the 2D graphics will take a little bit longer to work on, but we keep a little bit of the higher expected interest. And for the audio tool, I'm kind of thinking the same thing. I think we go for tech level. I think we go for Melody Tune 2, and I think we bring that tech level up there a little bit. 96% expected interest, about a year. That seems good. That seems fine. Operating system is this one, which is a computer, 1.8 million consumers. That's great. I would like more than that. So let's sort by active users. We're going to go U. I can port to other systems as well, but I think from the jump, I would kind of like, you know, 3 solid operating systems from 3 different companies so that we have 3.2 million potential consumers. It will probably take a little bit longer to develop for those, but I think that's okay. And then if we go to the next page, we can sort of filter this all in a little bit. If we analyze and apply, that's a lot of wasted interest. That is not what we're looking for. We want to sort of go this way a little bit. I think 94 is about as high as the expected interest. Oh no, there was 96 in there. I think 96 is about as high as we're going to get. So that's totally fine. That's good enough for me. And we're going to need a publisher, unfortunately. So we don't need funding. We do need marketing. We do need printing. So these guys are not all that interested in, like, we have no relationship with them when it comes to publishing games, which is a little bit unfortunate. They want 36.6% of the profits, which will go to 22.9 after an 8 times. I don't know that we're going to do that. A year and 8 months really isn't all that long either, but I think that is going to be a year and 10 months for 50%. I think we're going to go with these guys. We do actually have this relationship here. The bar is a little bit full, so I think we'll just accept it. And that's going to give us, gives us until November of 84 to make a game. Sure. Let's develop it. Let's get working on Space Command, our first video game. It's a real-time strategy game. I'm quite excited about this. It's I don't know it's going to go all that quickly. And this place is filthy, which probably isn't helping either. So we'll call some cleaning. Let's have a look at the computers. They're not doing too great either. So let's get IT support in here to make sure that the computers are doing okay, which they now are. And I don't know how long to necessarily give this thing. That's going to be the real trick. And I think as well as that, this company is going to live or die. Well, I don't think it's going to die, but the company is going to survive. It will survive or it will thrive based on Space Command. That's kind of how I'm looking at it right now. It's also waiting for lead designer. Oh no. Oh no. I didn't know they couldn't work on it. Oh, it's really bad. Oh no. Okay, interesting. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay. That's gonna be a problem. I was thinking I can hire another, oh yeah, so this is the problem. I was gonna hire another employee, but Bella's not gonna be happy about that if another employee is sitting next to her. Oh, they can only work on it when she's here. Unless that's only during the design phase. Maybe once it goes into production, everyone can work on it. Oh dear. I didn't think about this. I really, really did not think about this. Okay. So they're designing it now? No, they're still working on it. Okay. Oh no, there we go. Waiting on lead designer. All right. In that case, let me get this updated a little bit, and we'll just have the, I don't know, 2D editor, tech level 1980. We'll go for this one. That seems fine. So we'll start using that to update this, and we'll just have the core team work on a Reverb update. Since I figure we should probably have core 2 focused on, well, Space Command, since that's kind of the priority. I'm also going to take core 2 off of Reverb support, so that they can really focus on Space Command, which is now in its second design iteration, which is great news. I just don't know that, I don't know. I'm a little bit concerned that this is going to struggle. I don't know if it needs a second design iteration. So you know what? We're going to push it into development there. And I mean, it's moving a little bit, which is great. It's moving slowly, which is not great, but it does have over a year to get through this this alpha phase. So here's hoping. Here's hoping for the best on that one. I'm really concerned that I might have bitten off a bit more than I can chew with Space Command. I'm not I'm really not confident on that one, which is deeply concerning. The good news is that these guys do seem to be able to work on it during the day. So the lead designer only seems to be needed, I guess, at night. Now, unfortunately, it would seem that the update to Reverb basically did nothing to bring back any customers, or, well, I guess, gain some new customers. I would like to take a look and see why that might have been. So, Reverb is here. It was October 1981. Since then, have we had other audio tools? We did. We had Frequency Composer, which made $10 million, because of course it did. Melody Tune 2 did $71 million. Oh my God, that was my publisher as well that released that one. That's rough, man. We had Audioscape go out there from Lime Digital, $436,000 right away. That's, yeah, so the competitors basically, so Reverb was here. It was mediocre, but visionary, which is great. This was great and visionary, which is probably why it did so well. This was great and visionary. Man, there's a lot of visionaries in the industry right now. We might struggle a little bit. We might genuinely struggle a little bit here, which is gonna be interesting. Who is not? What do you want? You're not having your social needs met, so you feel isolated. Hold on a minute. Let me have a look here. An open working environment, canteens, team meetings, and furniture for socializing, like a water cooler, can help lonely employees. Interesting. Well, oh boy. There's not a lot I can do about that, unfortunately. Well, no. I say that. I've just realized I totally can get another employee. I can 100% get another employee. This plant needs to, well, it doesn't need to go, but it's going to move for a second. It's going to live right there. I want to copy this. And, well, you know what? We'll just do it this way. We'll just copy it that way. We'll copy you. I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to put an employee in here. Just a second employee on core team 2 who can probably be renamed to like the games team or something. I think that'll be pretty good. I also think we should probably give them some plants or something just to make the room a little bit less miserable. So we'll give you a nice little plant right there. We'll give you a cactus, which seems fair enough. We'll give them a clock so that they can be aware of the passage of time. That seems like a fair thing to do. I think we can give these guys a clock in here as well. It apparently boosts effectiveness, which is definitely going to be a good thing. So that's, yeah, that's what that room's going to look like. That's totally fine. Is there anything else I want to put in here? I don't think there is. I can't really think of anything I'd want to put in here. I could put some room dividers. That'd be fine. I could put some room dividers. That'd be fine. I could put some room dividers. That'd be fine. I could put some room dividers. That'd be fine. I could put some room dividers. That'd be fine. I could put some room dividers. That'd be fine. I could put some room dividers. That'd be fine. I could put some room dividers. That'd be fine. I could put some room dividers. That'd be fine. I could put some room dividers. That'd be fine. I could put some room dividers. That'd be fine. I could put some room dividers. That'd be fine. I could put some room dividers. That'd be fine. I could put some room dividers. That'd be fine. I could put some room dividers. That'd be fine. I could put some room dividers. That'd be fine. I could put some room dividers. That'd be fine. I could put some room dividers. That'd be fine. I could That would definitely be an option. So like a little cubicle wall right there and right there. Give them a little bit of privacy, I guess. I don't know if they'll value that or particularly like that, but it's what we're going to go for. And does that have any other benefits? I don't think it does. Okay. Well, what we can do is go back to live mode and we can, I'm going to pause and we're going to hire another employee. So what do we need for Space Command right now? What are we struggling with? So it needs systems, 2D and audio. It needs a little bit of audio art, which it is struggling with. So let's look for primarily an artist who is also a programmer. We're going to send you there. And it really needs audio. So we'll begin looking. Compatibility, we've got Yvette Norman. Yeah, you're not that great. I kind of need someone with a better skill level. You, Dudley Gross. You might be who I'm looking for. You've got the best skill out of everybody here. I don't like his hat. I'm going to be honest. I don't love the hat, but you know what? We'll go for Dudley. Is what we'll go for. He's a friend maker. He's an old soul, which he drags in more dirt. Has below average salary requirements. Absolutely, mate. Get in here. Absolutely. Come on in, Dudley. We're gonna have a great time with you. And that should mean that Mr. Tate is a little bit less miserable overnight now, which is what we're looking for. Let me call cleaning, call IT support. You know what? Call maintenance as well to make sure those lights don't start flickering. And that'll keep us in a pretty good spot, hopefully. And then who are you? Oh, you're the IT guy. All right. There we go. Well, that's fine. And there we go. So these two can work in there, which is what we're looking for. Hopefully, Mr. Tate is going to be a little bit happier now that he's got someone to socialize with. And hopefully, we're going to see the audio art get done that little bit quicker for Space Command. Obviously, we're spending more money now that we have these extra employees, but I'm really hopeful that Space Command can get done in a good amount of time. It still has a year to go, so we should be fine. We should be able to do this. Reverb, it has a lot of bugs, man. It has a lot of bugs. I do want to update those, but I don't know if there's any point, you know? I really don't know if there's any point in doing that. We're not getting any more customers. Is it even selling anymore? Wait a minute. Should we port it again? Because I'm sure there's new operating systems, right? Yeah, 200,000 on Infinity Slim OS 2, which released last year. I mean, it's tempting. That'd be another 200,000 customers. I just don't think it's selling because I think there's better things in the market. So you know what? Cancel the update. We're not going to worry about it. We're just going to focus on game development, I guess. Or a sequel. We could do a sequel. You know what? I think, do I want to do a sequel to Reverb? I kind of do. I think I kind of do. You know what? Reverb, let me have a look at you. If I was to trade that IP, yeah, they'll give me nothing for it now, which is really unfortunate. So we'll do a sequel. We'll just call it Reverb 2, I guess, for now. We'll eventually start giving them, you know, artsy-fartsy names, Reverb Wave and stuff like that. But for now, we'll stick with like Reverb 2, which is actually, you know what, Reverb 2.0 is what we're going to call it. That just seems better, you know, it seems more interesting. It just seems like the way to go. Now, release dates. Source 4D SDK. It features a lot of things, actually. There's a lot in that framework, which is great. It doesn't support things that we had in the previous version of Reverb, which is concerning. But here's the cool thing. It does support audio, obviously, interface and system, which is great. So the framework supports those, gives us a 25% speed modifier. The predecessor, because the predecessor had it, we get a 10% speed modifier. And that applies to EQ and compression and auto tune and all this stuff that's in orange. So because the previous version of Reverb had these, we're a little bit faster at working on them this time. And because the framework supports these things, we can get a 25% boost on something like delay and reverb. So I want to do amp simulation on this one, and I'm going to do MIDI device input as well. We're going to have a lot of wasted interest on this. Ooh, we'll accept that. That's fine. I'm actually going to take amp simulation off of it because you can notice it's faint, but it's there. When I enable it, you'll notice the words about a year turn slightly red. That's because we're getting very close to this taking 2 years to develop. So we'll do MIDI device input for Reverb 2.0. In fact, we'll call it Reverb MIDI. So this version, it's the same as the first one. It just features MIDI input, so you can, you know, plug a keyboard into it or something, and it'll be $89.99, which I think was the price of the first one, and that should be fine. It doesn't have, oh, it has way more artists than it needs, which is totally fine. Let's continue through. 2D editor in this case is going to be Pixel Studio 3. That is totally fine. And the operating systems, let's sort by active users. Let's just do Synergy Epoch 2. We can port later on, so we're not spending forever with operating system compatibility. And I can sort of move down this way to get that 100% interest. We are wasting 23% of the interest, but that's fine. I just want to make something good here. And unfortunately, that's going to mean that we do need to use another publisher. So these guys will give me a year and 9 months to work on this. Here's my concern with doing this. My teams right now, my team, we'll call it the core team. It's split across two, but we'll call it the team. They're doing everything. We don't have dedicated designers. So if I put this thing into the design phase, what's going to happen is we're going to have everybody splitting their time between this and Space Command. So they might both suffer as a result. If I take marketing out of here, the amount of time that we get to work on this does not change, unfortunately. So as much as I want to do this, it might not be the time. We might be pushing a little, we might be being a bit too ambitious. I'm going to take the chance though, which is a really, really bad idea. But I'm going to take the chance and see if we can make this work. I'm hoping that we can. I'm going to bring the support priority way down for Reverb because I don't think we need to worry too much about that. We'll call cleaning, call IT support, call maintenance, just get everybody in to make sure the place is looking okay, which it looks like it is. We've got everything sorted there, which is great. And honestly, Reverb MIDI, it's coming along. It's getting there. I would like Space Command to get its art done, at least. That would be sort of ideal. So Reverb MIDI will bring that down to a priority 3. We'll keep Space Command at 10. And honestly, I think Space Command is also further along than Reverb ever was. So it's not the end of the world. I'm hoping for good things out of Space Command. I'm really, really hoping we can make something good here with that particular piece of software. That would be really nice. It is moving quite nicely as well when the second core team comes in. So I think we'll get there. I don't necessarily think we're going to get 100% on both code and art, unfortunately. We might get to maybe, at this rate, I want to say we might get to like 92%. Given how sort of slow the code is moving along, I think 92 is probably, maybe 93 before I move it into beta. It is going out in November. It is only March right now, so we have the time. And then obviously October next year is when Reverb MIDI needs to go out. So yeah, we might be all right. We might actually get this to 95% before it gets pushed into beta, which would be good. It'd be really good. It'd be nice to get the audio art done, but yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. We have Bella leading this thing. It should be all right. I'm hoping for the best on this. 97% now. We're actually doing really well. We might get the code to 100, which might actually speed up the art a little bit, which would be kind of fantastic news. Once this thing goes into beta, I'm going to shift it right down to priority 1. We'll move Reverb MIDI to top priority, and that'll be absolutely wonderful for the company. Code being done is good as well. So it runs well. It just doesn't look great. We're also starting to really, really suffer with Reverb support, which that's not good. That is going to hurt my reputation a little bit, but I don't really think there's much I can do about that. Anyway, it is May. So we have June, July, August, September, October. We have 5 months for Space Command to sit in beta if I shift it through now. I might actually not need to shift it until sort of August. So we might actually get this done, which would be amazing. I don't love that we're missing support on Reverb. I also don't really care because it's not making me money. So we're sort of going to just deal with the fact that it's not making money. It's getting, you know, very few active users. It's not going to make more money. It would probably be a good idea to keep it going and keep people interested in it since we're making a sequel, but it's fine for now. This thing is going really well as well. I might let it run through a second iteration. It might not be the worst thing in the world. It's also looking like the art on Space Command is probably not going to be at 100% by the time it moves into beta, because I'm kind of thinking August for the release on that one. Let's also get a cleaner in here very quickly. So cold cleaning, IT support and maintenance. Let me also look at the event calendar. So we're putting Space Command out in November. There is no other RTS game scheduled for this year. And then next year, we don't have any other RTS games either. So that's good. We're sending an RTS game out there without any immediate competitors, which is kind of fantastic news. Yeah, we get Dynasty Frontline 4 in December of '86. So we basically get 2 years as potentially the real-time strategy game. So we're going to have to put out expansions. We're going to have to make sure that it's good and people are interested in it. We've got Reverb MIDI going out in October of '85. It is, let's have a little look here. We have an audio tool going out in December of this year. That's a little bit concerning, but it should be all right. Next year, we have an audio tool in May as well. So if Audioscape 2 does really well, which I think Audioscape 1 did, we might struggle with Reverb MIDI. And then we have Frequency Composer 3 in December there from Code, whatever, from that company. Yeah, that's a little concerning. I'll be honest. I'm a little bit concerned. Anyway, with all of those worries stated and acknowledged, it is August of 1984. We have the code for Space Command done. The art is at 95%. It releases in a couple of months. So let's promote it into beta. And I'm just going to keep it as a priority, I think, because we do need bugs to be fixed in that thing where possible. Not that I'm thinking there's going to be that many of them. I take that back. No, we're getting through quite a few of them there, which is good. It is definitely better to get those dealt with before it goes out to the people, as we've discovered with the over 1,100 verified bugs in Reverb. Definitely better to get those sorted out. I'm going to bring this down to a priority 5 though, and I'm going to move Reverb MIDI up to priority 10 because I do want that second design iteration to be finished so that we can move it into the alpha phase, which it now is. So we will develop it. And hopefully it's going to develop pretty quickly. The art is getting done so quickly, which is absolutely what we want. That is what we are looking for. We have about a year to get this thing done though. So it needs to be good. We have more employees working on this one than we did on the original Reverb. So here's hoping once we get that art done, things speed up a little bit. Plenty of bugs have been fixed in Space Command, which is also what we're looking for. But I think we're going to leave it there for today. We've got me and Bob holding down the day shift. We're working on Reverb MIDI. We have a year to get it done. We have Space Command going out next month, so we'll see how that turns out in the next episode. We have dirt on the floor, so we're going to hire everybody or call everybody to get that dealt with. And yeah, we're going to leave it there for today. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. It has been an absolute pleasure as always. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.